What's going on, you little rugrats? How are you doing? Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. It's your boy C-Zar, and we are going to be talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button. Let's get going, okay? It's the 22nd day of the second month of the year. Yes, the 22nd day of February. Here we are. 8 hours and 30 minutes left in this day. 67.5K is the price. That is el precio, as they would say in Spain. And it looks like, in my opinion, as I've been saying since we were at these prices, that we are going to be moving down, right? And the hyenas come out to play whenever we're at the high, saying, oh, we're not going down. But each time it's just been a lower high. And I'm assuming that after we drop here and we come back up and we get another lower high, they'll come out to play here as well. And we will just continue slowly but surely dropping down. In fact, I'm actually curious to see if on this next attempt down, when we do take out these lows, I'm curious to see if we do pull back and get a lower high. Is this volatility going to continue going down? Or when we break through this threshold here, are we just going to send it right down to these low areas here? Maybe a higher low, maybe a lower low. That's kind of my perspective at the moment. I'm not expecting, what I'm definitely not expecting on my behalf is that once we start making our way down here, once we're in the proximity of this low, I'm not expecting that we're going to see a fantastic drop, that we're going to go below 50K or 40K or 30K or any of that stuff. There's a lot of people who are promoting that kind of thought logic right now. They're trying to say that, hey, we're in this little consolidation phase here, and if we break out, that means that we're going to see the same movement that we saw here. It's the same thing as a bear flag, and it's not. It's not. By the way, my friends, for anybody who's curious, because there's some people out there who don't know, but this is a fact. This is a 100% fact. First and foremost, a lot of people are saying that this is a pennant. I would say it's not a pennant. It looks like a pennant, but it's not a pennant. I don't think it's a pennant, you guys. I think it's weird. It's too weird to be a pennant. If there was a low down here, it would be a pennant. Pennants are a lot more filled out normally. This whole gap down here, I don't think it's a pennant at all. I think right now people are just drawing lines that are saying, oh, it's a pennant, and they're all agreeing. But first and foremost, if this is a pennant, a breakout in either direction will not be the same length of this move here. It doesn't perform like a bull flag. That's silly. I see so many people who are drawing this exact thing. They clearly don't know what they're talking about or what they're doing here. I'm on one today, you guys, but we're doing it anyways. You've got this little pennant pattern here, this little triangle pattern. And I'm not making, if I have any friends who are calling this a pennant, that's fine. Okay, we can disagree. I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun of the people who are posting charts like this, saying if this breaks, we're going to go down here. No, that is so silly. It is so absolutely ridiculous. That's not what's going to happen. Pennant patterns, for those of you that don't know, a pennant pattern, whenever you break out that the measure move is the length of the pennant, not the length of the move before. It's not a bull flag, it's not a bear flag, it's the length of the pennant. So you take the high to the low of the pennant, and then that's your breakout move, right? Which might call for, if this were to be a pennant pattern, we were to respect it as such, we were to do a measure move, it might call for a slightly lower low. That's exactly what I'm calling for. It's just a slightly lower low. Nothing crazy, and that's the main point that I'm trying to get to here, is that a lot of people in the space, they are enormously charged to one effect or the other. The only thing that could happen from here is rapid recovery or rapid decay. There's no in between, and when we're down here and things seem like they're the loudest and people are screaming, we're going to 40K, I want you, the viewer here on this channel, to be aware that that's just not going to happen. There's going to be a lot of panic. I'm assuming that a lower low this early on is going to cause a lot of panic. What's everybody saying right now? What's everybody saying? Bear market, bull market, whatever. It's clearly and obviously good time to buy. Everybody's saying that. And it is. Let's be fair. Let's be completely fair. 99 out of 100, maybe like a 90 out of 100 score on the buying ranking card here. This is a great time to buy, you guys. It's the best price that we've seen Bitcoin at for buying, and probably other cryptos, since 2024 in October, okay? In like a year and a half. It's phenomenal. It's not the best time to buy as far as the bear market's concerned. We will see lower lows than this here, but it's still a phenomenal time to buy. I would equate this buying zone here where we are right now, it's the exact same as if you were buying here at 30 to 32K. Did you buy at the absolute low? No, absolutely not. Maybe it's the equivalent to buying here at 17 to 25K. Did you buy at the absolute low? Absolutely not. But dude, you're so smart. You're so smart for buying there and DCAing and holding, right? And it's the same thing here. You absolutely are. But the psychology of the market right now, you guys, the psychology of people, they think they are flawless, that they are faultless, that they are, what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically faultless. It's that they're untouchable, that they can do no wrong, that buying here is the most obvious thing ever. Well, guess what? If you buy here, if you bought any of these highs because it's super obvious, your faith will be tested. And 90% of the people who bought these highs, who bought the FOMO, who thought that we were going to rally up here, when they see this, they're going to freak out because they're not expecting the price to go down. Why would you buy at these relative highs of this low here if you expected the price to go down? That doesn't make any sense. So they're not expecting the price to go down. When we see a lower low, they're going to turn to the people who went counter of their perspective. These people think we're about to rally. If we're breaking down, we're doing the opposite. They're like, oh my God, my plan was wrong. What are these guys saying? They were right. What are they saying? They're all going to say it's going down to 40K or 30K or whatever, and that's just not true. It's going to throw you for a big spin, a big whirlwind of a head whip. The best thing you could do is, if you're buying, keep buying and keep holding. Don't you dare sell. But if you're not buying, or if you're looking to make the best decision, I think, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but damn it, I should be, you should probably buy below this low. That's probably the best thing for you. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. There is a chance where we could see a higher low. There's a very solid chance. It's actually completely possible. But again, I invite you to look at all of our past consolidation ranges. This one is the one example that won't work. Higher lows throughout all of this. Okay, all right, fine. Higher lows throughout all of it. This consolidation phase here, was this our low? No, we had lower lows. Was this our low? No, we had a yes, but we had a double bottom still. Slightly higher low, right? Same kind of idea. Here, though, we were moving down in this consolidation phase. So before we moved lower, we had a slightly higher high before we moved lower. It's the same kind of idea, right? But to the opposite effect, where here we're consolidating, we had a slightly lower low before we moved higher. And we're in this consolidation phase. You see, Bitcoin likes to toy with us. You're in this range, and the direction is this way, but before we go this way, we're going to make you think that we're going this way. And in order to do that, you get a slightly lower low, right? Whenever we're in this consolidation phase here, imagine all the people who are counting on this line to hold, and as soon as it broke, they were max bearish here. This means we're going down, but then, bam, rallied right in your face. And then on top of that, too, it's the same kind of idea. We're consolidating all throughout here, and we're going to break down what happened before the actual break of this. We had a slightly higher high compared to the high that we had overall. You see, what I'm trying to get to here is that the point, the focal point, the beginning point of this overall consolidation phase, whether it's a low or it's a high, it gets broken, it gets tested, it gets falsified, and then we rally to the other direction, right? You've got this here in this consolidation phase. Was this your low? No. Was this your low? No. That lower low was it. It was at the very end of it here. Was this your low? Absolutely not. Was this your low? No. It was the very end that you had this lower low here. What about over here when we were consolidating? Oh, if we break through this low, all hell breaks loose. You did that about 4 times before actually finding your low. Was the first example or the third example the low of this range? Absolutely not. It was not. Whenever we've got this here on this range, we were moving sideways, and then whenever we finally were ready to move up, what was the key signal? It was the fact that we took out these lows and then we moved up. It's the same damn thing, you guys. Whenever we're consolidating here and we're looking to break out higher, we got a slightly higher high and then we moved down. It's just fake BS price action that's here to screw with your mind, screw with your head. That's the whole point, you guys. That's the absolute whole point. We can keep going. We could literally keep going. And that's what I'm trying to address here. Is likely, I mean, there's a chance that this low prevails. There's a chance that we get a higher low. We consolidate and we do our thing. We don't get a lower low. But from everything that we just saw, Bitcoin clearly likes to screw with us. And I think it's not just that Bitcoin likes to screw with us. I think it's that we're screwing with ourselves, right? It's all psychology. All of this screwy stuff, it's psychology. It's what causes the most pain. Right now, people are polarized. So what's going to cause the most pain? Nothing. Nothing is. Moving sideways, doing nothing, right? It's the same mentality as it was back here. So then, because we're polarized, when anybody gets some vindication, a hint of it, as soon as you get that hint of vindication, you're probably going to revert back to the mean, right? And I think the vindication we're going to see first is for the bears. The bears are going to feel vindicated. People are going to be freaking out. All the bulls, they're going to turn to the bears for wisdom, for advice, and that's going to be the worst thing to do at this low because they're all going to be screaming for lower prices when really we're going to reverse. We're going to move back up, blah, blah, blah. I'm a broken record. Let's move on. 1 hour time frame here, 67.6K. You're moving down. You're breaking out, and you have volume. And it's over the weekend. It's on a Sunday. We're still, even if we close here, we're still, oh, I guess we would leave a CME gap behind. Yes, we would. Okay, cool. 1 hour time frame. We leave a gap up. That's great. 1 hour time frame bouncing off the oversold zone. Love to see it. We've got lower highs. Don't love to see it here. Lower highs, lower lows for sure. I'm assuming that we'll probably come up, we'll find another lower high, and then make our way down. Looking at this here, I would assume Monday probably starts off, maybe it doesn't start off to the downside, but ends up closing to the downside. I think Monday will be a day that we drop. We'll probably start off next week to the downside. That'd be my guess. Yeah, this, what I'm trying to say here is I think that this looks like we have an inevitable path down to the oversold zone. And once we get oversold, likely that will result in getting below these lows here. Stochastics don't look the best. The MACD is starting to crap out. It looks like 4-hour RSI topping off in the same areas that it's topped off like the last 4 times. Stochastics, every time we've been overbought, has been in this range and before this range. Every time we've been overbought, like the last 6 times in a row, have been at relative high points before we see lower lows. Okay, here's our lows. We're probably going to see lower lows. I guess here we were overbought and we didn't see a lower low. In all fairness, it doesn't need to happen, but I bet we're going to see a lower low. The MACD looks bearish, guys. This looks really bearish. You don't cross above the zero, cross back below the zero, and now you're breaking out. That doesn't happen, man. This is weird. What you're likely doing is you're breaking above the zero as a false cross, and now you're back testing the zero for resistance. You're going to find it. That's very bearish. And if things go the way that I think they will over the next 24 to 72 hours, I would expect that we continue to see this bearish idea be promoted. If we reject from here, we don't continue to cross above the zero, that's bad. If we do, if we can get back above 69K, we're bullish. It's that simple. We're not that far away from it. We're really, really close, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen at all. Stochastics suck. They look super bearish here, actually. And the RSI, of course, is bearish as well. The practical thought here, in my opinion, going back to this thought of a pennant pattern, it's not that we're in a pennant pattern. I don't think we're in a pennant pattern at all. I think we're in some type of double bottom pattern. That's what it is. And I think as time goes on, it'll become more obvious that we're in a double bottom. This low, in my opinion, will be a lower low than this low. It could be a higher low. Who cares? Whatever. But if it were to be a higher low, the area that you'd find support at would be about 61.4 to 62.5K. Okay. Likely we're going to go lower. We don't have a target here on this line, but just trust when I tell you there is a target at 58.8K and down to 54K. So 58.8 to 54K, somewhere in this area, that is the zone I would expect us to bounce from. And I'm personally thinking the upper ends. We might not even hit this 1272. That's what I'm expecting. But we could. If we go lower, I mean, as low as 54K. And even in the pit of despair, even in your most bearish nightmares, 54K is probably going to prevail. And all the people screaming, all the little screamers who are screaming, all the screaming screamers who are telling you that we're going to go below 50K, we're going to go below 40K, massive drop, Bitcoin's going to zero, they're going to be the absolute loudest down here. And that's when you buy. Daily time frame. RSI, talking about a bad, wimpy, crappy looking RSI. You've got it right here. This is not good. The stochastics are the same, very terrible for rejecting the 50. This is an area that you've rejected once before, twice before here. A little turbulence there. You didn't really show too much respect on it here, to be fair. Rejected there, reject, reject, reject. All kinds of rejections actually back here at the 50 right there. Support there. You know, it's an area that we do find significance on the RSI or on the stochastics. Rejecting here is definitely not a good thing, guys. It's definitely not a good thing, and likely would promote lower lows, at least on a closing basis. The MACD is not bullish at all. There's nothing really to go off of. I don't really have anything else to say, so I will probably just end it there. I hope you guys had a good time. If you did, hit the like button. If you didn't, I don't know. Subscribe anyways. You can have a not good time again. I would think from a low here to a high, just on this fib specifically, I would think that this range here will be very well respected, very well regarded. And I really am curious to see if we find direct support at that 2618. The reason why is because we've shown a lot of significance actually to the 2618 level throughout the whole bull market. We saw a lot of significance on the 2618, you guys, specifically the 2618. Okay, we take this. Was it this high to low? No, that's the 1886. My bad. That one's not that deep. But this one here, from this high to this low here, you found resistance right there at the 2618, right there. It was perfect. We keep on going. We keep it on, keep on, high to low here, and we topped off where? You guessed it, right at the 2618, where we found repeated continual resistance there. And then I'm not 100% sure if we showed any 2618 respect here. I don't think we did. 1886, 2272, stuff like that. Okay. But again, just the idea, we've seen it before. It's not an area that Bitcoin's afraid of. That 2618 right there, and then on top of that, we found direct resistance here at the 1618. Trust when I tell you, man, I've been doing this for 10 years. It's very common to see this kind of serendipity between the 2618 and the 1618. Sometimes you just like ping pong between these levels, and then you start to build and do your thing, whatever. I do believe that Bitcoin will see a lower low, but I also believe from there we'll recover. If I'm wrong and we move up, that's great. We'll move up, we'll still come down and see a lower low. It's either way, whatever we do you see how it's the same thing? We move up, we move down, we're going to come back. Either way, that's the whole point, right? I'm going with the downside first, but whatever. If we move up and I'm wrong, cool. We know we're at least going to come back. If we move down and I'm right, cool. We at least know we're going to move up and come back. It's inevitable. We are not doing this. We are not. We're okay. Hold on now. We're not doing this, and we're not doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this. That's what we're doing. And probably the parameters probably won't be this tight. It'll probably be a little bit more broad, but we'll get there. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.